Hello, my name is Jani Sanz. I'm an art conservator and I'm here today to present you our XpeCAM XO2 solution. I will start right away to explain all the gadgets that we have in this solution. We will see the XpeCAM, the acquisition camera, and the light source, the lampa, the acquisition software, XpeCAM, and the XO2 platform, the place where we can manage all the data that we will be able to understand and to correlate with the rest of this data. So first I will show you my setup. It's already mounted. So I will have here beside me one lampa, here the XpeCAM, and here the another lampa. Why this setup is mounted like this? I will have the lampa in the center and in each side performing a 45 degrees angle. I will have two lampas. One is the master, that is this one. Those lampas are connected since I can manage to order one precise action and to the main lampa, and this lampa will reproduce this action to the rest of the lampas, no matter if I have 1, 2, 3 or 4 lampas attached to this system. This is our solution for bigger areas that need a huge amount of light to get light homogeneity in the surface. Right now I will show you the equipment. So here I have this sister of this one that is behind me. This is XpeCAM XO2. This has a handle here, so I can grab it and it's easy to move and to transport this camera. I can close this and it comes everything flat surface. So in this camera, has a huge particularity. So here I can disattach the lens. The mount is a C mount, a standard mount. So if I have another mount, I can put the camera, the lens on the camera, or even so I can attach this camera to another type of systems, or microscopes or Raman systems, whatever it has a C mount, I can put this camera on top of it. So I will attach the lens again. It is a very easy step to do. It is a very lightweight system, and this more cubic form, it's easy for us to handle it and to transport it. Even so, it's a very lightweight object. This is only powered by one Type-C cable, and this cable connects to my laptop. Through this cable, the information that this camera will acquire will be sent to my laptop, and even so, through this cable, the energy that is required for this camera to operate will be provided, everything in just one cable. In the back, I will have this part, this round part that you can see in this lampa. It's green. This is our status light. So if something is wrong, this light will appear in a red color. Right now, that one is everything connected and everything running right. So the light will be green, as you can see. And right now I will show you in more detail our light solution. So I have here lampa. This is the solution that we found to answer the needs of the persons that work in art and that need to manage a lot of light sources to acquire precise results. So if we wanted to have one UV result, we have to grab the UV lamp and the cables for that UV lamp. And if we want to make one good high quality visible light photography, we need to grab another light source. And even so, if we want to explore the infrared range, we have to go and grab another source. So to minimize that problems of a lot of cables, we managed to build this all-in-one solution. I will explain right now. I will have two UV lamps here, and I will have one lamp for the infrared and another for the visible light. So in one object I will have all the light sources that I have. In the back I will have the power connection and the switch, the general one switch. I will have status information of each light that I have turned on, and for me to be aware what is turned on, and I do not have to go to the front of the light to understand if something is light or not. It is more a safety measure, and even so is more secure for us to, if you can reach for that information from the back, because you will be in the back of this object. It's easier for all of us to work with it. And even so, it has one adapter for the general tripods, like the XpeCAM. So in the back of the lamp, this adapter will be placed, and you can mount this in any tripod that you have. Even so, you can detach this and apply here the adapter that you are using with the tripods that you might have already in your facilities. Another thing that I almost forgot, so here it has a handler for us to better manage this system. Even so, we have two kinds of lampas. We have the masters and the satellites lampas. What does this mean? This means that the master lampa can be managed, can be controlled through our acquisition system. So imagine that I have the multispectral camera, and the camera will acquire information of the UV range. So if the camera says, okay, I want to grab this information, please turn on the UV lamp, and the lamp will answer this request and will turn this light in automatic way. So the operator does not need to get up and to go to the lamp and switch the light sources. And even the light sources only will be switched on when this request is made. So it minimizes the light amount that we are exposing our artwork. Um, every time that I make this request to the main lampa will send exactly the same request to the rest of the lamps, making all of them work in parallel to achieve the same result. So it's very easy for us to control, imagine 4, 5, 6 lamps, just clicking a button and every one of the lamps will switch. Um, and even so, with this system that has the huge particularity that it may be operated in a manual way and in the automatic way. So in the automatic way, the system will do it everything by itself. So I just need to ask for to the system to make the automatic acquisition, and the system will acquire everything and will manage the light requests, everything in the automatic way. In this part, I will start to show you, since I already show every part of the hardware. I will start to share with you the acquisition software for us to understand that what we are capable of. Here, as you can see, we are already seeing the result, the real-time result of the image. I will pass here in the front of the camera. I will pass my hand for you to understand that we are in live. So as you can see, my hand is in the front of the camera. So this is not something mounted here. Okay, I will right now enter here this demo name, and in this part it's a very easy software to manage. I will have the manual mode or the automatic mode. I will start here with the manual. In the manual mode, I can ask to the system to acquire anything that I want If I want just one precise answer, I can go right through it. Here I will have a button that will show to me the wavelength and enables me to manage the wavelength. In the right I will have a button regarding the exposure time. Also, I will have this third button about the zoom function, and save the white is about the calibration of the system. Every time that I do one acquisition, I need to perform one white calibration. Why? Because to be managed to compare those images on each other, I need to know the light quality of each wavelength. So let's imagine I'm not here taking photographs. If I would like to take photographs, I will grab a professional photographic camera. No, I'm here recording data. So let's imagine that each of these pixels correspond for each point of my artwork. Okay. Now with this camera, I'm measuring the light behavior of any of these tiny pixels when I go through the light spectrum. So I will have in the end some kind of graphic that, let's imagine that the pixel A, the behavior will be lower in the low range of wavelengths and very very high in the high range of the wavelengths. That means that perhaps I will have one red color um, regarding this. And in this kind of data, I will select here, and in the blue part I will have the wavelength regarding the UV light, so this will provide me information more about the protective layers. In this yellow part I will have all the wavelengths about the region of the visible light, and in the red part I will have the wavelengths about the infrared radiation. Why do we have these precise wavelengths and not every single wavelength has an hyperspectral system? Because a very 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 simple thing. We want responses and quick responses for what we need, and not a full, huge, very, very, very big cube of information. We are here prioritizing the response of our questions rather than the weight of this information. Why we do this? Because we are focused on the user needs and not to make one big database of information that will not be used, and it may cost a lot of money to keep it safe. Let's imagine that I will make 1,000 cubes. Doing it in a multispectral way with precise pre-selected filters will be less weight than, and I make it every single step from 350, 351, 352 until the 12,000. So imagine the weight will be huge, huge, huge comparing to this. After I choose a precise wavelength, I can choose here, and the camera will show me this small square telling me that she's turning on the filters. These filters are physical filters, is not nothing digital. We have a real filter wheel filled with round filters inside of the camera, and those will run to change the wavelengths. And now I will touch the camera and I'm working with the diaphragm, and here in the side I can work with exposure time. So any user is easier software to explore, and you can see the easiest part is we have here in the bottom this green bar. When it's good for acquisition, the green will appear as green. When it's bad, some points are saturated. Saturation means that here in this point I will not receive any information, it's too much information. Let's imagine that you are blind with a light source, and in that instance you cannot see nothing. Here in this moment it happens exactly the same behavior. The camera here, the light is so bright, and the camera cannot reach for any information. It's blind. So here I will close or the exposure time, and now it's green, so now it's ready to go. um, I will close this part of the exposure time. Here I will pop up the zoom part, and I can see in more detail the center area if there is any thing that I need, any information that I need to be more focused, or even so to help me during the initial focusing step. So I will manage here to help me to focus. For some people it might be a little bit difficult, so a little bit further, a little bit further, and now we are in the perfect path. Okay, so here I know that all my image will be focused. I can continue, but I want to show you here our must huge improvement, that is our automatic solution. Here in this part, it will pop up this small part that it will tell us, please put the calibration on front of the system to guarantee that the light is inhomogeneous in this acquisition area, and please start this calibration. So I will put this gray card on the front of the artwork. As you can see, the light dispersion right now is very homogeneous, and now I can start this calibration. What the system will do is it will run every single filter, and it will tune this exposure time, and it will register the focusing position. So when the data acquisition in the real artwork will happen, what does this mean is this acquisition will be based on the data of this calibration. So the acquisition itself will be very faster than the calibration. The Easter egg here is that if I have one controlled environment, imagine a laboratory with a predefined setup that is already mounted, and that I know that the conditions does not change at all. The thing is, I can here acquire one calibration set, and then I just need to change my artwork and reuse the same calibration, because if the light source is exactly the same, so we can just changing the subject, the sample of this acquisition, we can manage to make acquisitions in about 5 minutes each. So one calibration per day, and the rest of the day making acquisitions. I can make a lot of acquisitions because I'm saving a lot of time with this process. Right now we are already in 11%. I will open the file. These data are being saved in my computer, so here I will have one file with the name of the Okay, here the acquisitions are starting to appear. In this metadata file is the register of the position and the time of each of these acquisitions. Right now we are already trying to achieve, okay, we already did the 575 nanometers, now it's in the 500. In the end I will have here about 28 samples of this calibration, and after it will create here besides one file about the acquisition itself. When the software finish this process, it will pop up one text box explaining to me that I need to take off the calibration to start the automatic acquisition. During this period, okay, it's already in 37% and going on. During this time, I will show you here or trying to make some kind of introduction here regarding our platform. So we are taking data for deeper analysis of our artwork. In the old days, or the way that everyone does, is to take a sample and to analyze it, or to even use some non-destructive or non-invasive technology to take data from one surface and then analyze it later. Even so, we will have two realities. We will have in one side the artwork and all of its fortune, and in the other side we will have the system, the technology, the geek park associated. Here what we try was to keep all the information in just one place, for us to work and to understand it in a better way. Why? Because we believe that this information should not be an island, and this information should be ready for all of us to understand what we have in front of us right in the moment. So I will go here. Okay, it's already in 68%. Let's keep an eye on it. Here I will start to log in with my credentials in this platform. So this is my personal area. I will sign in. Okay, this is my landing page. What does this mean? In this page I can do three main actions. I can search for a precise thing, because sometimes we go to our computers just to know one thing that we do not remember. I can add new projects here, so I can add things to my workplace, or I can open things that I have already there and I want to continue some process. Let me check here again. Okay, it's 89%, so we have a few more minutes. I will show you here if I have to input one new project in my workplace. I will open this part, and in the right I can upload here one illustrative picture for us to see, to have one idea of what we have in hands. So I will grab here one picture. Okay, I will open this one. I will have this picture for me to be aware what we are working on, and I will fulfill here these fields. When I fill these fields, I have to mandatory fill this that have this sign, and when I'm done, I can say to the platform, okay, I'm done. Enter this project to my projects. Okay, this is will be lost offshore, to my previous projects. Let's check here again. Okay, I think the software already. Okay, it finished. How do I know that this is finished? It appears this big link, and now I can show you here in the file DTR images, and we will have all of these images here already ready to be used after when we will do the calibration. So I will minimize this, and I will take off the gray card. Okay, now we are seeing again our artwork, and as I said before, I will click this button and the camera will start to make the acquisition right away based on the metadata that was acquired before during the calibration process. So since this is start to making the acquisitions, I will continue the focusing. I will continue the explanation here on the platform. So let's see what I have here. I have here some projects that I already made and a lot of tests here. I will show you this one because I think this one is a very beautiful one. Since I managed to select this precise project, the name of the project will appear here on the top, as you may see. and here is my workplace. How does this work? Here I will have the information of this project. It's like an inventory page. Here I will input everything and will land every information regarding the diagnosis part. In this middle sector, I can imagine the intervention part. Here in the gallery, I will find every visual content that is input here in the platform about this precise project. The analysis results and every graphical information will be in here. And here in the back part, we will see how does this platform will build automatic reports. So let's start from the beginning. I will start here in the project. Oh, everything is selected. Here in the left side, I will find one image of my artwork that I already made here from a previous webinar that we made. And then I will have all of these fields, the mandatory fields filled, and even so the other fields that let me understand better what kind of artwork that I have in hands. In the right part, I will see a lot of buttons here, and these buttons are very easy to understand. So I can edit here the information, just tapping this button, and I can change anything and then save. I can upload files. In this upload part, I can upload photographs, and I can upload cubes. So here is where I go to send my spectral results for the platform to manage its interpretation. So the camera does acquire this data, and this data needs to be put it in the same place, pixel by pixel, one image from on top of another image, like a big tower, and then the information will be crossed through image to understand that in that precise point that point will behave this way, in this wavelength, in that way, in that wavelength, and then we can create some kind of fingerprint of that material. So here, let's close here the gallery. Again, this is for the image processing, and here directly for the project report. We will see this part later. So let's go to our workplace again, and let's see what is in the diagnosis. What is this diagnosis sector? This diagnosis is related to the analysis of the status in this precise time of the artwork. So I will fulfill these fields here, and then okay, I have here one painter in canvas. Here I will select the material. I will say it's canvas. So in the bottom will appear the main fields for me to understand what I have in hands. Regarding the frame, if I have a flexible or a mobile frame, I just tick these points to make a register of a deeper characterization of my artwork. Regarding the damage will appear related to my canvas-based artwork. If I selected another type of artwork, a sculpture or a graphic document, the damage will be related to that typology of artwork. So here I will continue. The terms and the way that this is explained, we try to put here the most universal possible. Why? Because since we are building this platform for a worldwide reality, we try to put here the most user-friendly for any type of person, or a French person, English person, a Japanese, a Brazilian, we do not care. The person can be from any part of the world and still be able to go here to understand what is here inside, and even so what we aim is to be able to share this information to anyone, any colleague that we have in any place in the world. Let's imagine that I put here the information and I'm from Portugal, and I need to my colleague that I will send one artwork from the United States to better understand what happened, what is the historical of this artwork regarding the diagnosis and intervention. So to aim that this understanding is the more universal possible, the terms used are the most generalist and the most universal as we could found. Of course, if you can see things and found a better way to explain anything here that you are seeing during this demonstration, please contact us and let us know for us to improve this for a better usage of this platform. So in this part we are still developing, and I already play with it, but right now it's not able to use it. Is a pathology mapping. There will be an option for us to here in the platform based in one image to pinpoint and to map the main pathologies present in the artwork. This is a huge improvement since we are like prisoners of big softwares to do so in big complex solutions to just map what we want to map. This is the beginning of the change of the way we are working. And even so, here I will have a direct link for the diagnosis report. So I will go again. It says again, no, I do not want to save. I will go to the intervention. So let's imagine that I want to make one intervention on this artwork. First of all, this will appear all blocked. I have to make one resist, say who I am. I already make one today. So this is the reason why this is already unblocked. So let's imagine that I want to start, yes, today to do something. So what do I want to do in my artwork? So I want to clean, I want to stabilize, I want to revise something, I want to fill, or I want to protect storage. What is the action, the main action that I want to know to do to my artwork? Let's imagine that I want to clean. If I want to clean my artwork, here it asks me, what do you want to clean? And to put one image before the process of cleaning dust and one final image of the result after you clean. Why did we build this way? Because we found that across the countries the terms of the methods to make this process they change and since they change, we start to understand that it's more easy for us to have a big group. Okay, that what do you want to do and not what you are doing. So what do you want to do is clean. What do you want to clean? You say here, and this will change even when it happens in the project. This will change regarding the typology of the artwork that you have in hands, and even if you want to add some comment and then you can save for this to enter like an intervention diary of everything that is being done in this project, in this artwork. I will go back. Here in the gallery, as I said before, I will find every visual content regarding this project, the multispectral, the raw images, the processed images, the general photographies that I can input here for better understanding the reality of my artwork, images from the front, from the back, from the package, any image from the diagnosis, those pictures that we take in a more precise just to show a particular problem of regarding our artwork. The intervention photographies to prove that the intervention was made and how the intervention has been made. And this sector is being built from our colleagues. There is the condition report. So these will be the pictures that I will need to take if I want to move one artwork from the place A to the place B. So take the pictures before the artwork leave the departure the place A. Pictures that have to take during the transport part, and pictures that I have to take in the after when the artwork arrives the place B, for us to understand if something happens, when it happens, and the most of all is to prevent that something may happen. This is a crucial process for us as art workers, anyone that works with art, conservations, couriers, or even so insurance companies. This is a very, very, very useful tool. Allies with multispectral imaging, so I can take one fingerprint of the condition of the surface of my artwork in the place A, and I can do exactly the same thing in the place B, so I can understand if something happens, what happens in what change in the surface of my artwork. I will go back. Okay, we are in your workplace again. In my project, I will go to the reports. And now by default, this is again going back to my project reports. I will open another project. I will try to go to a new project that I have just created. I will try to go here, and then I will try to show you. No, this is not working. For now, as I want to leave my section, I will go to my personal icon, and I can go and make a logout, and then I will go be redirected to the login page of this platform. So here, everything that I show to you is in my private account. No one else has access, but this does not mean anything, since we are trying to build this for the information to be shared between users. Since I want to share something to my colleagues, to my co-workers, my students, or my research fellows, I will be able to share the full content or parts of this content to those persons. Even if they have an account here in the platform or not, I can send it through email, one fast report to share this information. Even so, this will have one huge improvement, that is, since during one acquisition I will get information that will be a kind of a fingerprint of my artwork. I can compare fingerprints, and I can go to a deeper database and understand if there is something similar or not. It's like one analysis that will show me if I can find a similar materials, similar surfaces. If you are talking about artists, we can analyze one paint, and the platform will be able to say, okay, we found one painting very, very, very similar to the surface that you just ended to analyze. And I think this will be the point of the iceberg to turn over the art conservation reality, and every artwork that we may analyze will be an plus for this step for the near future needs. Here we already finished the acquisition. As you can see, he's asking again for to make the acquisition again, because he already has the calibration done. Here I will go to the file. Okay, as I said before, it will appear here one raw image file. I will open this, and here will appear all the raw images that later on will appear in the I will upload them in the platform. As we can see here, the changes between the wavelengths. Here in the top, I can see the wavelength and the shutter time that this picture was taken. It is the easiest and fastest way for us to understand the conditions of this acquisition. So here I'm in a 550, 900 nanometers. I'm reaching the infrared right now. And this image is needed to be treated in the more processed in a more deeper way. Here I just can see the visual results, the visual outputs of this solution. So as you saw, I made this talking to you, and during that I already made one calibration, I already made one acquisition, and I explained to you the main points of the platform. So as you can see, this is a very easy thing to operate, very user-friendly solution, and we are planning to do this as a collaborative solution. So I can work on this and I can share these results to any colleague that I have. I can put here in the platform the results that I will have to share to anyone in the world if I want to. If I do not want, I want to keep them for myself or for my institution regarding privacy issues and to protect very sensitive information. It does not have any problem. I can manage to have one institutional account and to keep all the data in my institutional servers, not allowing anyone to reach it. So the usage of this solution does not compromise any type of internal political or internal option that my institution has. But in the other way, it also has the option for me. Imagine that I am a teacher and I am giving the lessons for my art students or conservation students. So I can go to the platform, I can select a few artworks that may be public for public dissemination, and I can use them in my classes. And even so, I can, if I am more working in art conservation, I can allow my students to work in projects of my classes, and for them to start to input themselves their chiefs and their actions directly in the platform. The best part of all is to the platform we can put there all the information that we want, all the information that we need, even if we are talking about another type of analysis equipments. Imagine if you have X-ray results or Raman results or EDSHIS results, you can input everything in the platform, and to make this like a huge repository of information that you can reach for in every device that you have, computer, laptop, cell phone, a tablet, anywhere that you want, because all of this information is cloud based. So wherever you are, you can grab the camera and make one acquisition. Let's imagine in a place that you will not have internet, and later on, since this acquisition will be in your computer, when you reach a place with internet, you can upload this information to the platform, and the platform will work everything in the cloud. So your computer will be free to make another works. Everything will be managed in the cloud, and you can go anywhere that you want with the tablet, and you will have the results right away in the tablet for you to see into interpret. So if you have any questions, any doubts, please feel free to get rich. And we hope to we hear from you soon.